Pratiksha, good evening. It's finally done. Joe Biden is the president of the United States. And now really begins the challenges, the task ahead for him. The road isn't an easy one.
Absolutely, Akshita. The transfer of power has happened peacefully, we can say now. Joe Biden is now President Biden, and President Donald Trump is former President Donald Trump now. So, what a momentous day here in America. Now, Joe Biden, in his inaugural speech, touched upon, as we were saying in that report, so many points that are afflicting America at the moment. The one thing that really stood out for me was his reference pretty early on in his speech about how democracy is fragile and how, in this hour, democracy has prevailed. Now, he did not name Donald Trump directly, but it was very obviously, a reference to the fact that his predecessor has tried to overturn a democratic election for the past couple of months in this aggressive vitriolic campaign of misinformation, where he's been claiming that the election was somehow rigged in favor of Joe Biden. And these have been very stressful, very tense moments in America last couple of months, especially for Mr. Biden. Today, you could almost hear a sigh of relief in his voice when he announced from that podium, democracy has prevailed.
You know, there was a sense of relief. They were all smiles. Definitely seemed that they were a lot more relaxed. But I think what was also felt largely, Pratiksha, was the absence of Donald Trump. You know, unprecedented that the president, the former president at least, the outgoing president, isn't there to see his successor through. And that itself speaks volumes of what a tumultuous few months it's been.
Absolutely. Nothing about Donald Trump's presidency, or let me say, very few things about Donald Trump's presidency have been normal. And why should it be any different just as he leaves office? He decided he will not attend the ceremony. He had announced that a few weeks ago, just after the Capitol siege. But having said that, I don't think Joe Biden regretted Mr. Trump's decision at all. He had actually made it very clear when a member of the press asked him a few weeks ago, what do you think about this decision? And Mr. Biden was like, well, this is one of the few things we agree on. So he did not really want him to come either. Of course, Vice President, now former Vice President Mike Pence was there, who chose to be at Mr. Biden's inaugural ceremony rather than attend his own boss, Mr. Trump's farewell ceremony at Joint Base Andrews, the Air Force base from where he took off to go to his resort in Mar-a-Lago in Florida. And also there were other, just like our report was saying earlier, there were other dignitaries present from across the political divide, Democrats and Republicans, with three former presidents, with members of the Congress, senators, congressmen, and also members of the Supreme Court. So Donald Trump may not have been there, but there were other dignitaries who were there to show their support to Mr. Biden, and that would have meant a lot to him.